Donald's grandson, Archie McLeod, was the third generation of the family to work in Glasgow. But his talent for football took him away from the city to Ireland, where he married Nellie Blair in 1938.
Well, that was where he met, of course, your gran was in Derry when he was playing there.
Right.
She, I mean, obviously that was their sort of big thing, the big romance.
So she was kind of going out with one of the local football stars.
Yeah.
She must have been quite...
And she of course, was a local beauty queen at the time.
She was the posh spice of her day.
Well, I would hate to think of your Gran McLeod as posh.
Well, certainly her memories.
I can't possibly imagine your Gran McLeod ever being linked to posh.
But she had a favourite phrase that will live with me till I die. She used to say, "Now, Sandy, God bless Ireland and the Protestant clergy." You know?
Yeah.
And that would come out from time to time. But we all just laughed.
Yeah.
You know, that was Nellie.
I'd be fascinated to know if further back in the Blair saga there was anything linked to the Troubles in the early days with our family. Because we were never, that was never spoken about within the family circle. And I would certainly be fascinated to find
You don't remember harbouring terrorists under your bed or anything?
No, but you wonder.
Hi, John. Hello, David. How you doing? Bad yourself? Very good. Good to see you.
But first, David wants to find out more about grandfather Archie. So he's come to see Archie's son, John, who knows all about his footballing glory days.
He achieved something which was really quite special in those days in the junior game. He was capped for Scotland.
Hey.
And that's the jersey he wore.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Do you know, the whole cap thing, I didn't think you ever actually got a cap.
Yeah. Scotland versus Ireland.
Right.
1932-33. And that's the jersey he wore in that photograph. That was about 1932.
Where is he?
Can you pick him out?
All the photos I've seen, he's older in, you see.
There.
Oh, right. Still had the slick back hair, that was obviously a permanent feature.
He moved on to Derry City.
And how did Derry City come about?
I think Derry City probably had money that would entice him over there. And these are just typical of the photographs of that era.
McLeod is on the mark this time, scoring against Portadown. So that's him actually scoring a goal?
Yeah, it's him. You were never really interested in football, were you?
It was never a big thing for me. I tried to play it and I was rubbish.
Did you?
So maybe if I'd been naturally gifted like Archie, I might have stuck with it. But partly because of that, and partly because growing up in Glasgow, I always found it safer not to align yourself. You avoid the fights that way, you know.
Yes.
As you know, the whole the sectarian divide in Glasgow, the whole Catholic-Protestant thing tends to go along the lines of the football teams as well.
Yes.
I do remember Gran being a little bit unreconstructed in some of her views. I remember she wouldn't have green in the house because she saw that as...
Oh, yes, it was...
as Catholic Irish.
Yes, absolutely, yes. That was...
Is that as simple as what it was?
It really was. If you were... You know, I've mentioned the fact that she maybe wasn't quite as strong or whatever in different directions with this divide, but that was one that she was consistent with all her life.
I'd like to imagine that her political beliefs weren't quite as right-wing, perhaps, but...
No, well, I would say they were right-wing.
Okay. Well, still loved you, Granny, but, you know, we've got some stuff to address here. Perhaps I'll go to Derry and find out.
16-year-olds know everything.
You wanted me to be McLeod, didn't you?
Well, you could have used McLeod, you could have used Blair, you could have used any of those names, you know.
Anything really about my dad's dad is a bonus because I know so little about it. I know that he was a man who died 30 years before I was born, who died during the war. I mean, if I could find out the details of how he died, that would be interesting, of course, yeah, and the sort of when and where and the how.